I was scrolling my Facebook and I came across this post from one of my Facebook friends. And this Reddit just goes to show how my George series, my Chronicles of George series, is not a one off. And lots of women who are jumping into my comment section are speaking about the Georges. If you do not know what I'm talking about, both on my TikTok page and my YouTube page, I have a playlist called The Chronicles of George. This 57-year-old man just is inept at being an adult. He does not know how to cook, clean, do his laundry. He is inept. He is not keeping his relationships together. Now, I want to talk about this particular thing because this is a young man who is college age. And I have a feeling that this kind of commentary, this kind of thing is going to be seen time and time again because I do not believe that young men are being given life skills because for too long, the mom to wife pipeline was there. But now the mom to wife pipeline is drying up. And men are going to have to learn how to be functioning adults. And they're going to have to stay functioning adults once they get in a relationship, if they get into a relationship with a woman. Now let's talk about this Reddit thread. This is a woman speaking. My new roommate has dumped a cast iron skillet in water, poured hot oil into the trash can, and begged us to go grocery shopping for him. I just realized we're only 7 days into knowing him. Does someone know a roommate etiquette website or something? Because we desperately need to talk to this guy, Han, about how to live with other people. He's from Ghana. Our third roommate, Dave, he's from Vietnam. I'm an African American woman, and this is a college boarding house. Dave asked Han not to use his cast iron. Han did it anyway, and then submerged it in water and left it there. Dave's screams woke me up. Leaving any skillet submerged in soapy water overnight is not cleaning, but for an iron skillet, that develops rust. Han also poured the hot oil directly into the trash can and didn't seem to care or notice that it was melting the bag, and then just left it for Dave to find. Again, so much yelling. And then this evening at 9:30 at night, he kept calling me, asking me to buy groceries for him. At first, I thought he was asking if I was available to drive because he was stranded someplace. I was so worried. Then I fully realized he was asking me to go buy him a case of water bottles. Why? Well, he is thirsty, but he can't part from his super busy life for something like food and water. So, can I do it? Dude, it's been 1 week. It's September 7th. What am I going to do? Dave is ready to fight him. We live in a college town boarding house. Our rent doesn't change because of this guy being there or not. Edit. I'm loving how the comments are split between he wasn't taught to listen when people tell him not to touch their stuff, or to notice when he's burning something, or not to ask a random woman to shop for him. It's not an even split at all, but it's hilarious that some of you think it's merely a cultural difference to ignore someone telling you not to touch their stuff. You'd be better off saying that expecting me, the woman of the house, to buy his groceries is the culture shock. I mean, that's giving Han more credit than making not being American Western European sound like it makes a man deaf, blind, and dumb. So, like I said, if you've been following my George playlist, you can see how this is the pipeline to becoming a George. Someone who is that inept, just obtuse, doesn't want to listen to people saying things around it. And it goes to show that even when you do speak to people and tell them specific things and expectations, how they ignored it. Someone says, is your roommate a child? And this person says, this does sound like one of those jokes where I reveal at the end that we're talking about a toddler. And then someone says, this is teenage level stuff, just dumb headedness. And I don't even think that this is just for teenagers because this is just inept people not listening, people not hearing what other folks say and just ignoring it and thinking that what they want should just be amplified. I don't know. And the person said at the bottom, to be honest, sounds like a person who's lived with someone or people who constantly enable them, clean up after them, and never once told them no. It's utterly bizarre to me how a grown adult can do these things and not think twice about it. Exactly. When you move out, you become a grown adult in as little as one day after still living with your parents. If they enable such pre-puberty behavior until you're all grown, you will still just be a 12-year-old prick. These guys are some of the only grown adults that I think actually have an excuse to be so horrible. I mean, they've been enabled all their life. Even if they've been working to do adult things, they probably don't realize how bad they are until life gives them one big slap in the face. OP, the kindest thing you can do for this person is to deliver that slap. So it still becomes the issue that women have to take charge and do the emotional labor of teaching this person. And at some point, women have just got to shun them. This woman who's this OP just needs to walk away from this situation. Um, if boys are not being taught how to be proper adults, like proper humans that can cook and clean for themselves, stop living with men. Stop living with them. And this is for the men that actually know how to cook and clean after themselves. I do feel kind of bad for you, but I'm talking to women because I'm a woman and I am seeing that, the unpaid labor and the devaluation of women and girls throughout history has been such that I just want us to completely pull away. I want us women to band together and live with each other and just let the men do them because they need to have a come to Jesus moment where they have to live with them. Because when we talk about unpaid labor not being valued, not being seen as humans other than servants in a womb, we're not listened to. But if they have to live with these people, then maybe it could move the dial in society and saying, yep, y'all are right. These people need some help. And it is not on the women to do the unpaid labor in teaching these people how to be proper adults. If they weren't taught it in their home, ladies, y'all need to be paying for the labor. I'm sorry, you guys need to be paid for the labor of having to deal with these overgrown toddlers. They're toddler, they're toddlers in their minds, and they've just gotten a little bit older. But you guys go ahead, jump in the comments. Do you see the parallels? Do y'all see what's happening as the mom to wife pipeline is drying up? Do you see how this is a potential George? Jump in the comments. Tell me what you think. Like, comment,